This morning when I woke up, it was absolutely tipping it down. Like a proper October day in the UK. Just absolutely caning it down. And in some weird way, I kind of loved it. Because this whole trip has been super spontaneous, super fun. And realistically, not a lot has gone wrong. Like, I've done whatever I wanted to. The weather's been beautiful. The food's been lovely. I haven't had a bad experience with any locals, with any part of the city. I haven't been robbed, for example. Like, pickpocketing's huge here, and I haven't had anything close to that. But what was my point to that? Rain. Because everything has gone so smoothly in this trip. A little bit of a challenge. It's pissing it down with rain. What do I do with the day now? I actually welcomed it quite a bit, because in life I feel we search for these challenges. What do I mean by that? So as humans, we search for new records to break, new land to be discovered, new personal bests on the bench press. We're always searching for the next step up, if you get me. And we can't escape that. We're naturally competitive animals. And some people actually forget about that. And even worse, they start to block it out of their general day-to-day life. That natural... I've got something stuck in my hair. That natural competitive spirit that all humans have. I refuse to believe that nobody is uncompetitive. So it was actually really nice to actually think about what I was going to do. Because obviously I had to check out of my hostel early. Like, that's just how hostels work. And then you have the whole day ahead of you, and it's raining. So what can you really do? Like, the city is basically a no-go at that point because, well, you've seen it look better. And where I am now was never on, like, my agenda. Like, I'm not really the biggest park person. And in my opinion, I feel the Brits do it better. I feel the climate there is actually better for, like, general greenness. Not sure that's a term, but we're going to go with it. But the one I've gone to today is it's a pretty special one, to be honest. And that leads me on quite nicely to the final thing I'll talk about, which is actually solo travel and traveling on your own. Because it's very daunting for people, because human beings are naturally social animals. We like meeting new people, we like spending time with those people, and we sometimes feel dependent on people. Like, for example, your mood can be vastly improved by just one person, and it's always really fun when you get like a group of people together and you go on like a little adventure. But I feel solo travel is really important because it's one of the only moments that you truly have to connect with yourself and to make your own decisions, make your own fuck-ups. And it's really important to make those mistakes or to have those like little wins in life. It could even be things like where to go to eat. Being on your own actually forces you to make that decision. Like, how many times have you been with friends and they've just decided, right, we're going to go here today, do you want to come? It's so easy to follow that most of the time we don't get opportunities to lead. Like, for example, yesterday I saw this thing on TikTok where it was like a hole-in-the-wall burger shop, and I decided, you know what, let's go eat there. And could I have eaten at better places that day? Yes. Could I have eaten at nicer spots that day? Also, yes. But the important thing is that I made that decision on my own. A lot of people actually find that really difficult because either they don't believe in their own personal decisions, or because of maybe a confidence issue, or they just don't actually believe they're an interesting person. I had that for ages. I genuinely thought nobody really liked me because I wasn't that fun to be around, because I didn't come up with that many like cool ideas to do, cool day trips. And it messes with your mind. It makes you more introverted. It kind of makes you smaller in the world. And I'm not saying you have to be like the biggest extrovert in the world, because that's also unhealthy as well. Like, you can't just go around thinking that you're not going to be wrong at any point in your life. Well, because that's just stupid. You have to find that healthy balance. And one place you're not going to find that healthy balance is in a very touristy city, because you find all of the tourist traps there, you find all of the people taking photos of either the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe. You find people of which their whole personality and their only motivation revolves around making a quick buck out of you. So actually being in those places is not actually the best for confidence levels and like self-fulfillment, because you feel small as fuck. You feel small as fuck when you're in a city as big as this. You genuinely feel like an ant that is just following all of the other ants around the city. Actually, what's quite funny is when I was doing all the touristy things here a couple of days ago, I'd actually see the same people in different parts of the city looking at the same thing. And that just blows my mind, because even in a completely different country, with a completely different culture, with people I will never ever see again in my life, we are all just sheep. And that's why it's so important where you have days where you come to places like this and you kind of choose what you want to do for a bit. You walk around, go visit this cafe, you go look at that museum. You make every single decision with only you in mind. And that, in my opinion, is why solo travel is so important. It's a necessary stepping stone to growing up. And you're not gonna like this, but everyone has to at some point. And you will rendezvous with time a lot faster than you think. So live for these moments now where you had the opportunity to do whatever you wanted to in a completely different city before other commitments in life get in the way and you realise the quote-unquote good old days have actually gone past you and you were completely oblivious to it.